I shot the bow very good today. At first I was a half yard high, shot about 5 targets a little out the top, and Jacob Marlowe told me to cut it about a half, and I did, and I started hitting them. So I got lucky at the end, hit a bunch of them. Hopefully stay up at the top. So I always want to win, but if I don't, I don't. I just made it to the cut, and that was my goal this weekend. So
I'm currently the co-leader going into the shoot-off here at Paris, Texas. This one's pretty special to me. I've been second here several times, and that belt buckle means something, so we're going to go in and go after it tonight. Shot really good. I hit 12 12s, no 8s today. I had a couple yesterday. Bow is shooting great. I have a ton of confidence in it. It was a good round today. I want to win this one, so first or last, we're going to go for them.
2019 Mackenzie ASA Pro-Am Tour continuing here at the Easton Southwest Shootout in Paris, Texas. Let's go to Chuck Cooley.
They say everything's bigger in Texas, and this afternoon has been no exception. What an amazing round of shoot-offs, and we are at our last one of the afternoon, the known pros in our 5th place qualifying position, shooting for elite. From Florida, shooting a 440 with 22 X's, Jacob Marlowe. Shooting for PSC from Friendship, Wisconsin, a 440 with 22 bonus rings, Louie Holmes III. From Denmark, shooting a 440 with 24 bonus rings, shooting for PSC, Stefan Hansen. Your 2nd place qualifier, shooting for Hoyt from Wingo, Kentucky, a 444 with 24 bonus rings, Donnie Thacker. And your number 1 qualifier this weekend in the known pro division, shooting for Hoyt from Paducah, Kentucky, a 444 with 26 bonus rings, Brady Hempen.
Okay, bear with us for a minute. We're going to try something in this shoot down we've never tried before. We're doing this for a couple reasons, one of which is to see how this works out, how the shooters feel about it. This particular class, the gentleman is not worried about the yardages per se, so making shooting decisions for them is a little bit different for some of the other classes. Brady, you're our leader. What's going to happen is you're going to shoot first. The clock's set for 40 seconds. As soon as your arrow flies, it resets for 40 seconds. You're on the clock. Once your arrow flies, resets for 40 seconds, you're on the clock. This allows us to focus on each individual shooter as they go through their process. If you want the upper 12, you can indicate it before I start the round, or when the clock comes to you, at that time you can decide also. Everybody got that? You guys good? All right, Brady, you're on the clock. We'll start your 40 seconds now.
All right, so this is what we were talking about, something brand new. Individual shoots in this shoot down. 18-year-old Brady Hempen in his first as a pro, his rookie season, and he lets it fly and he drops it a little low. But as soon as his arrow impacts, the clock starts for Donnie Thacker, and they have 40 seconds to shoot. So Thacker now at full draw.
This is an interesting format,
isn't it? This is something that this archer right here, Stefan Hansen, is used to. It mirrors some of what World Archery does, or USA Archery. So Hansen with a 10.
He called up, or he motioned for it, and he just got the 10. So this is interesting. This is going to go quick.
Louie Holmes called for upper as well. And now
several 8s shot right here in this first round. See what Jacob does.
Recent college grad Jacob Marlowe. All right, so bang, bang, bang. Just like that it happens. You got a chance to watch every shooter shoot. Now they're going to score them. So Hempen with an 8 to start things off. Again, we've seen shooters in their first. Hempen, of course, has won many, many things as a young shooter. He's been shooting since he was 3 years old, but again, a dream of his to be here in a pro shoot down in ASA competition, probably shaking those nerves off a little bit.
For sure. I think this is a testament to what these targets look like. These guys know how far they are because this is the known pro.
Yep.
So they're ranging them, and they're having a tough time keeping it in the 10. They're aiming at those 12 rings, but they're having a tough time seeing.
So 8-8 so far. Now, of course, you've seen the other scores in the classes that have to judge distance, and we would expect to see these higher scores here. But it was quite a challenge that ASA had set up for this known pro class in the ranges on Friday and earlier today. A lot of foliage, this tournament happening, and a 10. I say so. Stefan Hansen in with a 10. So, by the way, Hansen. I mean, what can you say? He shot 12 up yesterday, and he shot 28 up today to get here.
He's a threat at every tournament he goes to.
Yeah, he was definitely our highest mover.
He's a beast of a target archer and 3D archer. He's he's just good.
Brady Hempen, Paducah, Kentucky. So Kentucky being represented by a couple archers today. And now for Jacob Marlowe, the Howling Wolf. So what'll happen now is the archers are going to do their normal shift. So Marlowe moves to the number 1 position. Brady's going to move to the number 2 position. But the number 1 position is always going to start.
So Brady will shoot first again?
Nope.
The number one
position on the field of play. Ultimately, what that does is it allows the number 1 qualifier by the end of the 5th arrow, they're going to shoot at the 5th target. They're going to have 4 arrows to decide what they're going to do.
So Jacob's going to shoot first here.
Jacob will shoot first.
Okay. Interesting format.
The idea behind this format is all to allow the viewer and the spectator to keep eyes all in the same spot, to also allow more exposure, get you more familiar with the shooter, because as we go 5-on-5, sometimes it's difficult to catch everybody doing everything. So we know Jacob.
Good look at Jacob there.
Oh, he went for the 14.
He sure did.
He might have caught that too. No surprise from Marlowe.
Kid's got some game. Brady works a nice shot there. He got him. Got some points.
Absolutely. Now Donnie Thacker, creator of the sweet spot. You can see
it working there.
Scoring. Yeah, screen.
Donnie's having a tough time seeing these targets.
I think so. Now Hansen.
You talk about a guy that can aim a bow.
Right in the middle.
Stefan can hold one.
By the way, there's World Archery that's going on this weekend. He chose to come here.
Ooh. Louie's changing his light setting. 40 seconds, not a lot of time to let down, so he can't let down again. He won't have enough. Well, you see 24 on the clock there. He's got a little bit of time.
Good shot. Good shot. So normally what you see is as soon as they're done, they're going to shift position. But on this one, we're going to keep him in position. So as we saw, Jacob Marlowe
making his move.
He is going to miss his graduation ceremony next weekend, Jacob Marlowe, from college, because he's going to be in California. Yeah. Hempen, got to say, he was leader after day 1, and a lot of times when we see young shooters lead after day 1, they fall off a little bit, but came in as co-leader with Donnie Thacker.
Good young shooter.
Okay. If Donnie was able to catch an 8.
Just a little low again.
Which also means if Donnie wants to compete for this win, he's got to start getting aggressive.
They may all take their turn on that taper now.
If you're new to ASA archery, this is the known pro class, which means that they can break out rangefinders and they can range it, and they have obviously on their sights the distance. So it becomes oftentimes more of where do I aim and execution. But still never a gimme, especially at small targets like this, all the way down range. And Stefan Hansen, I think he was going for the 12 because I could see his head from our position. He was kind of shaking his head. He was going for the 12, but he got the 10. I think it was more of a safety call from that distance. He shot 1.8 today and only a couple of 10s.
Yeah, these targets are silhouetted, so they're hard to see any detail. So if a guy, you know, Stefan's fairly new to this 3D game. If he'd been shooting a javelina for years, more than likely he could have 12'd it just by silhouetting it, but not knowing, they're probably aiming a little bit safe.
So Louie Holmes will transition to target number 1, and he will be our leadoff shooter. Louie Holmes, 5 years as a pro, 2017 Paris, Texas known pro winner. So it's been a couple years for him. His grandmother's here in attendance out of Friendship, Wisconsin. HVAC guy in his daily life. Very funny too.
He's a good, a good dude right there.
Oh yeah. Always has a smile on his face.
Yeah, he's as nice as they come too. He's a good guy. He can shoot too.
And smart. Obviously he used the 40 seconds to his advantage by letting down and then shooting a 12.
Wow.
Holmes ain't playing.
He didn't waste any time.
14. You can see Marlowe.
Good 10 for Jacob.
Yeah.
Brady's on the Blesbach. Center
middle.
10. Donnie on that bomb of a javelina. I don't know if he called up or not.
I don't know. I don't think so from his reaction.
Stefan on that wolf. There hasn't been a lot of action on that wolf down there, doesn't seem like. Ooh. He won't like that one.
Very unusual miss for Hansen. Let's go to scoring. Louie Holmes. We know that one. That was pretty clear. The crowd can score that one. Good 14.
This one is far from over.
Oh, yeah. Jacob Marlowe, who really has just found his way back. I think, you know, how do you finish off your college career and shoot those first 2 rounds and expect to be, you know, 100% his first appearance this year? And oftentimes he just says, I should be there, and he's back at it.
Just a natural talent. Jacob said he really didn't practice a whole lot while he's been so busy with school and finals, and
look at him.
He's a good archer, yeah.
Yeah.
Here he is.
So it looks like a 10 for Hempen. So that's going to extend his lead well over Donnie. So Louie Holmes has shot himself right into a tie for the lead.
Yeah, it's changing every arrow.
And Marlowe. Oh, he did call up 12.
He did call it.
So he stays within 2. And Hansen, though, he's not going to be happy with himself on this one. An 8 for Hansen. 3-way tie at the top of the leaderboard. Hempen, Holmes, Marlowe. Thacker's 2 adrift. 6 back is Hansen. But I know Stefan the way I know Stefan. He's going to be gunning for a 14 on this one.
No doubt. They're each going to get their turn. Brady started on that, so he didn't get to shoot at the 14. But the rest of them, I would say, are going to, since everybody's doing it.
In this group of 5 that we have for Known Pro this year, whoever wins will be the first-time winner for 2019. Because we've had Chris Perkins, who won Foley, and Dane Johnson, which was an incredible run for that 18-year-old in Fort Benning. And if Brady Hempen can come back and win this one, and we have 2 18-year-olds win back-to-back.
Right. Just shows you the depth in that class.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of world-class archers. There's some big names that are more household names, but just look how deep this talent goes, these young kids.
Told you.
Boom.
14.
Just that easy.
Rock 'em, sock 'em, robots.
They can see that. If they can see it, they can hit it.
Oh, I think
That looks tall.
Yeah, that looks really tall. Not towards the 14.
Jacob may 14 this Blesbach. No,
Ooh.
just went it to 12. See what Brady does on that long javelina.
Looked like a long hold for him.
Mm-hmm.
Like the release just wouldn't go off.
A lot of movement, yeah. He had to work the release a long way to get it to fire.
Donnie, we're gunning for that 12. Ah, just high for Donnie. All right, so first scoring run is going to be Hansen, 14. Right back in the mix. By the way, in 2018 in this class, we never had a repeat winner. That's the depth of the field.
Interesting.
We had Thacker win in Foley. You had Gillingham, who's now in the senior pro class. Jesse Broadwater, Jacob Marlowe won round 4 in Augusta. Chance Bobeth, Glenn Boardwell, and Garrett Ayresman.
Yeah.
So then you have Chris Perkins and Dane Johnson. So we haven't had a repeat winner since before 2018.
Can't dominate this class.
No, you can't. No, you can't. It's a deep, deep class. And by the way, at this point in the season for the known pro shooter of the year, there's a fierce battle going on between Justin Hanna, who didn't make it into this shoot down.
This is the first shoot down Justin's not made in quite some time.
Quite some time.
He's made a bunch of consecutive shoot downs and still searching for that first victory, but it'll come.
But Hanna leads the way in the shooter of the year and is the lone American in the top 3 in this class in shooter of the year. As Stefan Hansen is in 2nd spot, and Christopher Perkins, the Canadian, is in 3rd at the moment. So we'll get those scores updated as soon as we're done with this one.
Interesting.
All right, so Donnie will come in with a 10. So that's going to take him to 82. Double check that score. So now all of a sudden, just like that, it's 2-point shift for these top 5. So Hempen and Marlowe now sit atop the leaderboard with a 3-way tie for 3rd between Thacker, Hansen, and Holmes.
It's crazy how that board's changed up, but they're all within 2 points of each other.
I think it plays more on the difficulty of this field, and it shows you just how incredible all of our unknown classes, the shooters that we have in all 3 of those classes, were able to judge these targets.
I think the unknown shooters spend more time with the targets, judging them and practicing, so they know the creases, they know the armpits, they know the height, the depth, they know everything about these targets, where these guys are just picking spots and aiming. So I think that experience would be an advantage. An unknown 3D guy that would jump into known pro, I think he would have a heck of a chance.
1 at a time, shoot down. 40 seconds on the clock. Donnie Thacker leads us off in position number 1. There's Donnie with a 14 and a little smile on his face. Now Hansen. So Thacker didn't want to have any part of 3rd place.
Good strong shot there by Stefan.
He's going for the 12. Just drifted off a little to the left.
14 net, Louie.
There he went for it.
He went for it. Long javelina for Jacob. Get a 10 here. I believe he did, unless he called upper. I don't know if he did. That may be an upper if he called it.
Hempen with a great 12.
There's a bonus ring on that wolf.
Crowd loving the competition here. All right, first score. Donnie 14, confirmed.
Wow.
Thumbs up for Donnie. Moving on to Louie Holmes. Oh, we're going to move on to Hansen. Hansen in with a 10. He's going to move him to 92. Now Louie Holmes. Yeah, we couldn't see
Low
it from
left,
that. Yeah, from the floor cam. He definitely went for it, but 8. So that aggression nips him just a little bit. That's going to be a big mosquito bite for him. So Holmes going to drop the 490 just like that.
Man, isn't that something?
Just going back and forth. The beauty of ASA 3D competition.
Everybody was within 2 of each other. Now there's going to be at least a 6-point spread.
Welcome to risk-reward shooting, right?
1 arrow at a time. You never know.
Never know. Wow.
Mr. Jacob Marlowe.
Wow. Come on. At the longest target out there, 48 yards away. That's how you do it.
Tied him up with Donnie, and then this 12 here is going to put Brady in a 3-way tie for first.
We just had a 3-way tie for third. Unbelievable. This kid is just a rock.
Yeah, they're battling.
All right, so Hempen, Thacker, Marlowe, 496 apiece. Hansen in at 92, Holmes at 90.
Here come the 14 rings.
All right, you think so?
Yeah.
So we've had all of them shot. So we're gonna break out. Well, they're gonna give them their arrows back first. Yeah, they're gonna have to break out target number 6.
I think you'll see if they bring that deer out. It's a lighter color. You can see the definition. You saw how they shot the taper. Those black arrow holes up there by the 14, they smoked it. They had a good reference. This deer, it's lighter. They're going to be able to see the arrow holes. Good reference. I think we're going to see some really close arrows at the rings where the turkey, the other animals, you saw their arrows miss their mark, you know. I just don't think these guys can see as well. This artificial lighting with this silhouette backdrop, I just don't think they can see the detail they need to be super accurate, but I think they're going to see it here. Marked up good.
Paris, Texas, Paris High School. We don't have a cougar here, but this is the home of the Cougars.
Beautiful practice facility.
It's Texas.
Football.
Football.
Football's king.
High school football is king in Texas. Beautiful facility. Appreciate our hosts here in Paris, Texas. ASA event, one of the biggest events they have in this town. Very welcoming across the board. They started hanging signs letting know that we were coming in town for this one a little over a week ago. Hospitality's been unbelievable. We appreciate all the people here in Paris, Texas. The Love Civic Center area, just down the street, is where we had our first 2 days of shooting for pros. Shooting continues for the amateurs into tomorrow. About half the day.
It's a nice area. Hotels, restaurants are in nice proximity to the tournament location here. Everything's fairly close, just a few-minute drive. It's we've been coming here for a lot of years.
And if this lights your fire and you want to come out and shoot with us, May 18th. We're in Augusta, Georgia, June 22nd, London, Kentucky, August 3rd, and Metropolis, Illinois.
So Lou was at a 490, I believe. Let's see what he's going to do here.
Going for the 14, dropped it just outside.
Yep, going to be a 5.
That'll take him to a 495. Hansen, I believe, was at a 92.
92, I believe. He's going to gun for it.
Now we're back into the normal way, or the way that a lot of people who've watched ASA in the past have been used to this type of shooting. Because we have that one target set up, obviously we just have to rotate them in and out. And there's only one arrow per target allowed when we get to this level. No glance outs.
Now, Stefan was 92 or 94, because I know the 3 guys left are all tied at 96. I think he still goes for the 14 here. He's ready.
And they go back to 1 minute as well. Just below.
Just under it.
Mm-hmm. All right, so that'll keep him in 4th spot. That should be, I believe that should be a 97 for him. So now it's our 3-way tie. Oh, it's an 8 for Hansen. Sorry. So that's going to put him at 500.
500.
Yep. So again.
Yeah.
So then we have a 3-way tie at 96 points. So any one of these archers has to do is just hit foam in order to knock. All 3 of them have to hit foam in order to knock Hansen off of the podium, because he's our highest point scorer at the moment, with a total of 14 points available for Jacob Marlowe.
A 5 here will get him at least 3rd place.
You know him. What do you think he's going to do?
I think he's going for the 14. I think he wants to smash it and see if these guys behind him can handle the pressure.
Boy, got it. Wow.
With a little hip English.
He's still baffled. He hasn't even glassed it yet. Here comes the official score. They don't even have to take a moment. He's already pulling an arrow. That's a 14. Pressure's on, Donnie.
Yep. Donnie and Brady. That 14 just got smaller for Donnie and Brady. We're not done. If one of them hits it, we'll keep shooting.
So Jacob Marlowe hasn't won since Augusta last year, trying to break that. Donnie Thacker hasn't won since Foley of 2018. And Brady Hempen, who's our last shooter, has never won as a pro, in only his 3rd event as a known pro shooter at 18 years old.
He's done pretty well for his first appearance in a shoot down, I'd say.
Absolutely.
He can hold his own.
Thacker's got to shoot the 14 to force another arrow.
Boy, it looked like he was holding pretty good there.
Now he does have the advantage of that sweet spot too. So you know, the way that works is going to give a light signal. If he's too light, the light's off. Too hard, the light's red. If he's in the middle, he's green. A lot going on in this one. Tremendous amounts of pressure. It's exactly what Jake wanted. Donnie lets it fly. And, ooh,
that's tall for a 5.
Just over it. Tim Gillingham with the only one clapping in the room. So Donnie with a 5. That will still outscore Hansen. So Donnie guaranteed at this point at least 2nd place.
Podium finish, yeah.
All right, here we go.
That's what Jacob wanted.
Paducah, Kentucky's
14 it put the pressure on these guys.
18-year-old Brady Hempen.
Big arrow for Brady right here.
Can he keep this thing rolling?
Interesting play.
Wow, so Brady decides to hold on to a podium position, play it safe. And that's it. Jacob Marlowe, after a 12 from Hempen, after that very aggressive 14, is now your known pro 2019 Easton Southwest Shootout champion. And he does it in fine style. Congratulations from his brother. Wow. So Marlowe, first win since Augusta last year. First win as a college grad. Hasn't even gone to the graduation yet. It's next week.
Good for him.
Watch out. If Jacob Marlowe doesn't have any distractions with his archery, things could get really serious for the rest of this field.
Kid's got some game.
Wow. Now, Darren, obviously, thank you so much for joining me. We appreciate it. I know you've got to go to the podium.
I'm going to write a check for that young man right there. Give him a little $12,500 bonus.
As pro staff coordinator, we appreciate all the time you've spent with us. It's awesome, as always, having you here.
Thank you for having me. I enjoy sitting here talking about this for everybody.
It was awesome. Thank you so much for the insight.
Thank
and,
you.
Yeah, we look forward to seeing you at the next one.
Can't wait to do it again.
Can't wait to see you in the next one in the Shootdown.
I hope.
But here's our winner. Let's go down to PJ.
Jacob Marlowe, you had to shoot the 14 to take it. Tell me about that last shot.
The last one was pretty crazy because, like, in the shoot-off, I was having a lot of hides, and then, like, after that last error, I found my sight knob loose, and I'm like, oh, expletive. And, like, so because I had only hit, like, 2 rings in there. One was the 14 early on. It was close up, not in the matter. The other one was Howlin. I called up or aimed center. And the last one, I found that knob loose because I knew it was, I tightened it down, and, like, I had no idea where it was about to go. So the shot wasn't as nervous as it could have been because I didn't know where the arrow was going to end up anyway.
So how's that feel? Recent college graduate. I mean, this has got to be a great accomplishment for you now.
Oh, yeah, dude. I'm super pumped about that one because, honestly, dude, I haven't had the time I've wanted to practice for this tournament. So I didn't feel completely prepared coming here, but I'm so happy with how it turned out.
All right, it was a great finish, Jacob. Congratulations.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it, PJ.
Unbelievable. Congratulations to Jacob Marlowe. What a victory here. Staying focused all weekend long. He was able to work his way in to this Shootdown final with 22 bonus rings on a 440, 4 points behind, and he just takes victory in Paris, Texas. It has been an absolutely phenomenal night here at the 2019 Mackenzie ASA Pro-Am Tour. The 2019 Easton Southwest Shootout is in the books. You want to join us May 18th for the True Ball and Vortex Pro-Am in Augusta, Georgia. If you don't watch it here, come out and shoot with us. We look forward to seeing you. Well, for our entire crew and for Darren Christianberry, I'm Greg White. Thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you in a few weeks' time for ASA competition.
Get in the red zone. Carbon Express's small diameter Maxima Red SD, taking big game hunting to an all-new level, making other competitors' single spine arrows obsolete. Patented tri-spine technology controls arrow flight, delivering better downrange energy and accuracy, all in a small diameter shaft. Think you're shooting the best hunting arrow in the game? Think again. Stay in the red zone. Assume nothing and shoot Carbon Express.
We don't build these bows to be different. We build them to be better. We're the outsiders, the mavericks, the fearless. We forge our own path. We're not chasing anyone, but we know what they're running from. It's an obsession, and the obsessed never rest.
ASA Tour is brought to you by Specialty Archery Products, by Carbon Express, and by Elite Archery.